Welcome to the Firebelly Social Show. We're focused on talking to food and beverage brands that are on a mission to make the world better.
Hey, everyone. Duncan here with an episode of the Firebelly Social Show where we chat with founders and leaders of mission-driven food and beverage brands. Thank you for tuning in to this latest episode. We've got a great show lined up for you today with Chris Conway, founder of Happy Being. This episode is brought to you by Firebelly Marketing. At Firebelly, we help mission-based food and beverage brands bring people closer together through social media marketing. So if you're ready to use social media to create more community and excitement, go to firebellymarketing.com to learn more. So with no further ado, I'm so excited about our guest today, Chris Conway, one of the founders of Happy Being. Chris has been in the health and wellness space for 30 years, running an award-winning integrative retail clinic in Pennsylvania. He's passionate about empowering consumers to take control of their health and creating science-based products that enable consumers to live a long, healthy life. And that's why Happy Being, which is a tea, was created. So, hey, Chris, welcome to the show.
Hey, Duncan, great to be here, and thanks for having me.
Chris, I'm having, for the people watching on video, I'm having the peach rose white tea right now. And Chris, you're having one too.
Yes, I'm having a blueberry.
I mean, this couple is enjoying a great product. One has a lot more in it than the other. But let me ask you this. This is all about our guts. The whole motivation behind this is about our guts.
Yeah, so, the research and the studies around the gut microbiome and how things start in the gut, and then the ripple effect affects the heart, the brain, the immune system, the skin. So one of the great things about our drink is the ingredients, polyphenols, have been very extensively researched to improve gut bacteria. Polyphenols are also prebiotics, so that comes into play as well.
So let me ask you this, and I know you've talked about this before. How much control do we really have over our guts? Is it kind of like, hey, your gut controls you, or do you have some opportunity to control your gut as well?
So, Duncan, this is one of my favorite questions I get. I'm a huge believer in epigenetics. So epigenetics is how diet, lifestyle, environment affect your genetic expression and your overall health. And, there's been a belief in the country that, everything is genetics. Just through the holidays, you hear relatives say, oh, it runs in the family. It really doesn't run in the family. We have way more control over our health than we might think we do. And one of the reasons we created Happy Being is to give some people a product that we know tastes great, but also has incredible protective properties because of its ingredients. So, to your point, a lot of things do start in the gut. If the gut's functioning well, the ripple effect is the rest of the body is often also functioning well.
So everything, like from your state of mind to your sleep, all of it.
And you've seen that with the explosion of different products and marketing around gut health. A lot of the things people put in their bodies are actually detrimental to the gut, and they often don't even realize it. And I think that's a big part of our mission is to educate people that, look, you consistently do good things to your body and good things are going to come out of it. And that's a big mission, part of our mission.
I mean, it's interesting. We were talking in the pre-show that, you just don't see, I don't see the commitment to the ingredients the way you all have them. I mean, it's really impressive. I was struck by 250 milligrams of turmeric, but that is just an amazing approach right there.
Yes, and we do that obviously purposely because often what we say in the drink industry, as you know, and lots of industries, perception is often not reality. So we wanted to be very clear as exactly what you're getting in every bottle, every can that you drink. There's typically a reason that manufacturers and different companies don't put as much information on the label because they're often giving you trace amounts, that don't really produce the effect that we're looking to produce. And the other thing we're doing with the ingredients is, we're using the studied amounts for the most part of everything. And, for instance, turmeric is everywhere today in shots, health shots, but, turmeric is not very bioavailable, especially in a liquid format. we use something called turmeric, which is really the only patented form of turmeric that's bioavailable in a liquid format. And, pterostilbene is a relatively new player to the market. Pterostilbene is the polyphenol found in blueberries. The research on it is just remarkable. A lot of people are familiar with resveratrol, which is the polyphenol found in red wine. And for years, was a reason to drink more red wine. But then you have to deal with the alcohol effects of it. And, with the trends in our favor of people drinking less alcohol and trying to drink products that actually produce a benefit, that's really where we come into play at Happy Bean.
I love the impact. It's like the right kind of like punch. It's like, hey, look at this. This is not only got a great taste to it, which is the other thing I was going to say, is the taste is just phenomenal. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah. But the ability to keep testing to make the product, it's got to taste good for people to do it consistently. And so, our mission obviously is to make a super healthy product, but it's got to taste good. So, but all our ingredients are plant-based. They're super well sourced. We're very attuned to sourcing. We use a little bit of stevia and a little bit of xylitol. A lot of times people misunderstand what they are. They're both organic, plant sourced, and they're also both prebiotics. Xylitol, as you know, probably is showing up in all the mouthwash, toothpaste, all the gums, because they regulate viral load in the mouth and in the sinus cavity and in the gut. So that's why we put it in there, for it's very gut friendly.
Well, y'all are very intentional about how y'all do things, and bioavailability is one of the pillars of your company, if I'm not much mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absorption is key. It's not so much how much you take or what you take, it's how much of it do you absorb. So we are very intentional, to your point about that. We also have a very elite medical team that we work with. Dr. Leo Gallen, pretty much wrote the book on functional medicine and gut health. I mean, he's a very remarkable physician for many years. Dr. Jerry Lamole is a very renowned, retired cardiothoracic surgeon. Just published a great book called Lymph and Longevity. And it's all about the lymphatic system and the importance of the function of the lymphatic system to promote health. And polyphenols are very lymphatic supportive. And he talks about it and he shows the research in his book. So for me, as a founder, I've been very fortunate, Duncan, to work with these people. I mean, they're just incredible human beings, but their clinical expertise and years of experience really come into play with formulating products.
I mean, I think the goal also is all these ingredients are anti-inflammation oriented.
Yeah, so polyphenols by nature reduce inflammation. To your point, inflammation, we know, is the root cause of all chronic health problems. It's a reaction in the body based on something going on in the body that might be foreign, could be a cold, a flu, a virus, could be an injury, could be poor blood flow that's creating inflammation in the heart. So polyphenols by nature reduce systemic inflammation. So when you reduce inflammation, again, everything works better. You get better blood flow, you recover, your immune system is better. And again, the data is so clear on this. And again, one of the real big reasons we created a product with the studied amounts of these ingredients to produce a real effect while you're drinking. I mean, we've had great response, from our customers. I mean, fortunately, as we talked before in the pre-show, the beverage business is very challenging. There's so many choices today for everybody, for everything. So we're going to stand out because of the uniqueness of our ingredients. But, the number one response we get from people that use our product consistently is the more I drink it, the better I feel. In theory, is exactly what should happen. Just like if you exercise regularly, you're going to feel better. If you read every night, you're going to read better. Everything works better when you do it consistently.
That's beautiful. And you touching on the taste there is really important, I think, because if you want a chart topper, you got to have the taste on a consistent basis, right? Because
absolutely,
it may be great for you, but there's an incentive to drink it if it tastes great. What role I just wanted to follow up on what you said. You were talking about the feedback that you get, the more I drink it, the better I feel. What kind of role, y'all are pretty committed to education and to keeping your community informed. What role has community played with the brand?
Well, as you mentioned earlier, I've owned what we call an integrative retail clinic for this is my 30th year. And what that is, it's just a great store called Solutions for Health. If you want to check us out, it's solutionsforhealth.com. But all my employees are functional medicine nutritionists. So you can come into the store and just get a really high level of service without the cost. I mean, the big challenge in the integrative functional medicine world is the cost to go see a physician. It's all out of pocket. It's very expensive, but they get way better outcomes because they're fixing things at the root level. Um, so what we're doing is just creating a product that is so easy to consume, easy to order, and that way, and it's affordable. So all the things that come into play, so you can really optimize your health, and this just becomes a piece of your puzzle to optimizing health.
I really am amazed at the science behind all of this. And a doctor recommended, and I think your words are research led, but just to emphasize the importance of education, if one knows more about the product and you hear different things about the benefits, it's like, hey, I'm keeping on learning about this product. It's in front of me. I'm more likely to keep buying it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the great things about the sort of industry is, the research is better than ever, and it continues to be good. Constant, consistent, good research on the role of polyphenols, on the role of eating healthy. All of this just plays well, and I think consumers are more aware than ever, which is great for us because people want to feel well. We want to feel great. We want to live long. We want to, we want to have spend time with our grandkids. We want to do all that. And we're also in a time where people are seeing their parents go through challenging times and they don't want to do that. So they're going to take a much more active role. I mean, what happened in the country with the COVID has really sparked a huge interest in self-care in this country, where people are taking a much more active role in their health, which is exactly what should happen. So we love being part of that. We love being part of that mission. And that's why in the data, the research on some of our ingredients is just remarkable. If you can easily look them up today, which obviously everybody has access to information. But, some of their, like pterostilbene is the polyphenol found in blueberries. The research on pterostilbene is absolutely remarkable. And if you go and see who's doing the research, it's even more interesting. It's the Harvards, it's the MITs. And a lot of these researchers are getting involved in other companies too, where they're able to use their research to create other types of products. So it's very exciting for us to be part of that movement.
How did you guys decide to start to launch a beverage like this?
So Dr. Lamole and we work on different projects together. We have a great time working on projects. And we had come across some really fascinating research about polyphenols and cancer and cellular health. And the main ingredient in the research, one of them was pterostilbene. And we didn't really know that much about it. So we started to do some research and we saw, wow, look at this amazing research, because everything starts at the cellular level. So when the cells are functioning well, everything in the body functions better. So we said, wow, wouldn't it be neat to come up with an easy way for people to have access to pterostilbene? And that took us down the path of creating a drink where we could infuse pterostilbene into the drink. And then we added some additional ingredients to really create something super unique to the marketplace.
I think that's the best way to describe it, is super unique. I have to say, I'm just chuckling here because every time I see the tagline, which again is front and center, tea with benefits, it makes me laugh. Like, talk a little bit about that.
And humor, well, it's something you can enjoy that provides great benefits. Just like drinks, there's lots of drinks on the market that taste good, but they don't provide any benefits. In a lot of cases, they're not good for you. I mean, the sugar drinks and all these things, the data on this stuff is just remarkable. I'm surprised people even drink it at all with all the data that's come out in a negative way. So tea with benefits just means you get to enjoy a great drink, but you're also getting all the benefits of the ingredients. And that's very appealing to consumers.
That is super cool. What are you excited about, Chris? What's coming up that you're super excited about?
Oh, I think, we're going to evolve the line, and at some point we might do some carbonation to try something new into the marketplace. And eventually, we're going to just keep creating products that help people just in general, but also help people who have specific health problems. There's some great data on our ingredients for instance, for diabetes control, blood sugar control. A lot of drinks spike insulin and create all sorts of havoc. Polyphenols actually regulate insulin. They regulate the processes in the body to control blood sugar. So that's very exciting.
That's super cool. I love the idea of the carbonation. And currently, it's blueberry and peach rose.
Correct. Yeah, and we're working on like a lemon ginger, possibly a watermelon lime. So we're working on testing some things down the road here.
And the I have to tell you, I love any combination of ginger and turmeric. It's
Yes.
like those guys play well together. It just gets it, and lemon if you add that in there. It's like lemon, ginger, and turmeric are amazing. Rishi does a turmeric ginger tea. I don't
Yeah.
It doesn't come with lemon. I put the lemon in, but it's one of those teas that really, hits you in your face, which is what I like my tea to do to me. But
Yeah.
where is the product available? How can people find it? What about all that good stuff?
Yeah, so we're based outside of the Philadelphia area. But the far majority of all of our orders, and we've been very lucky, we've been growing rapidly, which is awesome, are direct on our website, drinkhappybeing.com. If you go there, use Firebelly 15. That's a discount promo code that we used for the show today. So we want to thank everyone for listening. You can obviously go to Amazon now and buy it as well. And we're in a bunch of retailers in the Philadelphia area. So that's growing because we're getting people find out about it and they want to order it. So we tell them to go to FAIR, which is the online wholesale marketplace, FAIRE, and they type in Happy Being and they can order it for their store or their gym, or we have a lot of gyms and yoga studios that use it locally. So that's where people can get it. But right now, the best place was, the website, drinkhappybeing.com.
No, I wanted to ask, I mean, you're a long time entrepreneur. What is founder life been like for you, but also maybe more importantly, how do you keep Chris in good shape?
Well, that's a great question. I find, you know, I tell my customers, clients all the time, don't overcomplicate staying well. You got to stay fit. Exercise to me has become more mental than physical in the sense that it really calms my brain. It takes me away. I love the trail run with my dog in the woods. I mean, that helps me a lot. So I try to stay very fit. I love to eat, but I'm a stickler with what I eat. I try to eat very nutrient dense foods. I try not to eat too late at night at my age. And I drink Happy Being, of course. But I think entrepreneurship, as you know, it's very challenging, has lots of highs and lows. I have multiple companies. I've been lucky enough to do things and do other things that are really passionate for me, like this. So I'd say to people, just keep your core mission strong and stick with it and stay fit, eat well, and things tend to happen when you do those. And because there's a lot of highs and lows, as you know, with startups, and you just got to work through it. But stick to the mission, and that's what we're doing at Happy Being. This is our just finished our second full year, and unfortunately we've been making great progress. So Duncan, this is you having us on is very helpful and thankful. But I think the people want to be well, and we want to help give people the tools, the information, and the products to be well. So that's part of our mission in life.
Yeah, that's a wonderful mission and one that I love. I think that what is so interesting about it is what you said. I just want to emphasize that to keep it simple and to keep the core simple. And so you make sure you're eating correctly. You make sure that you're not. I feel like it's very easy to overload your body, and so you eat too much. And I just finished a cleanse. It was basically like a modified fast for 5 days, and I was amazed at how little you can eat and still feel great, and the clarity. And I was asking a friend of mine who's a neurologist about it, and I said, what's the reason for the clarity? And he speaks very slowly, and he goes, Duncan, what food in the body places great, it taxes the brain.
Right. And I think To your point, Doug, it's very interesting because everything you eat is either going to help you a little bit or it's going to hurt you a little bit. And you just have to understand the power of food. I mean, and it's there. The data is so clear. And there's such access today in America, especially to great food. There's so many local CSAs, community service agricultures you can access. All the farmers markets around the country are using local produce. I mean, so there's so many great opportunities to eat healthy today.
A couple last questions, Chris.
Yeah.
How did the name Happy Being come around? Is it, I mean, it seems like a playful, double meaning there. I just wondered if you could share a little.
Yeah. I think the key to it is the first product is called Happy Being Healthy. And the whole point is if you're healthy, you're typically going to be more happy. And I think that's the what we're trying to communicate with that name. A happy being is typically a healthy being. And, if you're not well, you're probably not that happy. And if you're well, you're probably more optimistic and more happy. So again, our mission is to empower people with information and products to be happy and to be healthy.
That's really great. Thank you so much. I love the fact that, some of the things that you say packed with benefits, not sugar. That really is kind of.
There's really nothing. Just to give you an interesting statistic, Duncan, 50 milligrams of pterostilbene, which is what's in each serving, you'd have to eat over 900 cups of blueberries to get that. But again, that's the studied amount. So that's why we give you 50 milligrams. So when people see that, they're like shocked that, wow, 900 cups of blueberries, because everybody knows blueberries are really, really good for you. So this just becomes a great way to get the benefits of it without having to eat that, 900 cups. So that's really one of our missions is to make it easy, make it simple, make it affordable. And that way you get the luxury of doing that, all while fueling your body with a great drink.
And Chris, just one more time, if you could mention the name of the other company you said, is it solutionshealth.com?
Solutions, 4health.com. Yeah, that's our store in Wayne, Pennsylvania. Yeah. And it's a great store. We're very lucky to have it, and we just like to help lots of people. It's good stuff.
Chris, thank you not only for coming on the show, but thank you for really a lifetime of being mission driven and making the world a better place. As a leader, you get to thank other people. Today, I'm thanking you.
Well, thank you, Doug. This is a wonderful opportunity. I mean, you're yourself on a great mission. So we appreciate the opportunity to talk and talk about happy being. So this is great.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for coming on the show. For our listeners, don't forget it is drinkhappybeing.com and the code is Firebelly15 to get 15% off. This has been another episode of the Firebelly Social Show, where we chat with founders and leaders of mission-driven food and beverage brands. And this has definitely been one of my favorite experiences to actually drink a Happy Being with Chris. And so thank you, everyone, for listening. Like us, share us. It's all very helpful. And we'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, Duncan. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks for listening to the Firebelly Social Show. We'll see you again next time, and be sure to click subscribe to get future episodes.